Andy, first and foremost, I wanted to say a quick congratulations. The turnaround of results of late has been, really nice to see. Can you talk to us a little bit about the sort of impact that you feel you've had on the club since your arrival?
Obviously, I think I'm energetic as a coach. I'm passionate in terms of like giving the lads a framework in terms of tactical detail, if you like, and a structure to work from in and out of possession. In terms of having clear and concise roles and responsibilities, that's sort of a strength in terms of what I bring to a team, if you like. But the biggest one for me is the confidence and the mindset of the players. So making sure that the players have that belief in themselves, because looking around the change room, there's some really, really good players. So for me, it was highlighting to the players that, wait a minute, here's a structure, here's a framework to work from, but you're really good players. And then in terms of like standards and work ethic, and just reminding them sort of where they've been, what they've won, and asking them sort of what it took them to get there. So in terms of work ethic, desire, hunger, a commitment to each other, they're the things. To be fair though, in terms of it, like no matter who comes in or what ideas you put across, it's the players what buy in, and they've been like tremendous on the training ground. Their attitude, the atmosphere that they've had in the changing room. Obviously results help, but yeah.
Obviously, there is a bit of confusion for some people that don't see the behind the scenes stuff. So just to clear it up completely, are you manager or are you first team coach?
No, so I'm titled head coach. So I come in as head coach. Yeah, just to clear that up. I don't want to get into any wars with the big man. Yeah, you won't fancy a one-on-one with him, that's for sure, unless it was on the football pitch, 1v1 with football. Head coach for this season. So that's what I am. Yeah.
Now, as I said, from someone that's seen some of the work you've done behind the scenes, the tactics sheets, into great detail about approaching every game. I think that's one thing that we've took away from your impact here. No different, of course, with Stratford on Saturday. It's a very big game. What can you tell us about, if you can tell us anything about just the way that you see that game going?
Like in terms of, obviously we have sort of like a plan for each game around sort of a philosophy, a style of play that we're trying to implement here, and what around that sort of our own philosophy to make sure we play what we're looking to do in terms of our DNA, if you like, but then sort of like tweaking the roles and responsibilities for the players and what that means for them in and out of possession as and when at different phases of the game. So that's sort of like the approach that we'll take. Stratford are on a good run themselves, and I think they've lost 2 in the last 10. They're not conceding many apart from at the weekend. Obviously sort of Tim's gone in there with his experience and got them organised. So I understand sort of what Stratford offer as a collective, in possession and out of possession, and sort of like we've worked sort of how we've worked each week around our DNA and how we're going to play, and sort of tweaking their roles and responsibilities to ensure that we attempt to nullify the strengths of the opposition.
Yeah, and just finally, of course, we're coming into the final chapter of the season. It's been a great run of form, but again, just to reiterate, how pleased are you with the progress you've made so far, and how confident are you that the club is now going in the right direction?
Yeah, sort of like in terms of like the way that the lads have reacted and the buy-in that they've showed. I've came into a group which was originally bottom of the table, but what I've seen there is it's not a group what behaves like bottom of the table in terms of their positivity, in terms of their attitude, in terms of their commitment. The atmosphere between each of it felt like a team what's challenging for a promotion title. So it was easy to come into that group and work. They've reacted really well. I'm happy with sort of how they've took on the information so far. There's loads to work on the training ground in terms of the direction that I want us, in terms of how I want us to play in possession. That's going to take a lot of hard work. And at the moment it's preparing more of game by game for a result, whereas when you get into sort of a pre-season, you start to be able to put an identity to the way you want to play specifically, and you need the right players to do that, and they need that time in terms of understanding the objectives and roles and responsibilities that you're looking for. But at the moment, obviously, the key objective is to keep Nuneaton up, I'm happy with the start that we've made. However, each game, we play Banbury, we play Russell, we play Alvechurch, each game's worth 3 points. So whether you play Banbury, it's worth 3 points. Whether you play Lowestoft, it's worth 3 points. So each game has the same value in terms of the importance of it. So we're not out of the woods, so to speak. There's a lot of graft for the next 2.5 months or so that we've got to do week by week, session by session, game by game.
Yeah. Well, as I said, congratulations on a good start, and let's hope it continues.
Me too. Cheers. Thanks for your time.